Hello and welcome to another stream of the Demon's Souls remake to continue my first playthrough of it. The current amount of deaths so far has been 238. Hello there, Billarista, welcome. I'm doing good, thank you. Having a good day today, how about yourself? Can I ask you a weird question, but it's a serious question? Go ahead. Hello there, Hakan. I hope things are going well. Billarista, if you get home and have your wife cheating on you with another woman, is it less painful than if you catch her cheating you with a guy? Since I've never actually been in that situation before, I don't really know from any first-hand experience or anything like that, but I mean, like with any relationship, having like open communication is probably the best way to go. And so that would be something that people would have to discuss between themselves about that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have any advice or anything like that. But yeah, that's probably what I would say is just it would depend on so many different factors. Oh, Stan, I got you now. It took me a moment. It wasn't until you said that you changed your Nickety name. I was like, oh, must be Stan. Hello there, Stan. But I can definitely call you Hakan if that's what you prefer. That's definitely no worries. Hakan, however you feel comfy, dude, you don't mind. No worries. If Stan is easier. Oh no, that's all good. Yeah, I can definitely say Hakan. That's all right. Because, for example, Zereth has funny name changes that he does. But I just call him Zereth because it's easier and quicker for my brain to see his name and just say Zereth. I like that sword, the other one, the penetrator sword for clearing enemies back. Comes in handy. Especially for enemies that are annoying that gang up on you. I can't. If you see a word formed or jumbled letters, you know it's Zereth. That is true, yeah. One of these laughing enemies. I don't remember this area. Or at least I don't remember having to destroy those barrels. Billerista, you have an insight about it. If your wife is cheating you with a woman, she has a problem with that all man. But if she chooses another man, the problem is you in particular. Does that make sense? Well, I mean, not everything is necessarily just one or all as well. Like there'd be different variables at work. But yeah, it's definitely a complicated thing too, as well. Billerista, that was just a prank. Hope you don't mind this small mental exercise. Oh yeah. I mean, it's not necessarily a topic of conversation that I would gravitate towards naturally. Because relationships can be so complex as well. Hakan, any excitement for Black Flag Remake? You're more curious than excited. Yeah, I'm not excited at all about it. In fact, when it comes out, like, there's a YouTube channel that posts cutscenes and stuff. it's, Now, it's one thing if you accidentally come across that kind of video and it spoils something. But if you actively want to find out spoilers, it can be a good kind of thing. Because the thing is, there's potential for a revisionist approach to happen to the story. And I've got to be careful because even though the story can work for people who never played an Assassin's Creed game before, it still is part of a connective tissue of games. The big one being Assassin's Creed 3, you know, and the other problem is, too, it's one thing to add additional elements of a story. Like, for example, the rumor is they're adding more story. In general, I don't think that's a bad thing, but it has to be a case-by-case thing, and so it then depends on what is the additional stuff. Like, for example, in Resident Evil 1 Remake, they added a whole subplot that isn't in the original game, but it doesn't ruin the original game's narrative. The original game's narrative is still intact. They did a good job at still respecting the original game's plot, because the subplot actually reinforces the main plot, especially because of Umbrella and their unethical and immoral practices. And the fact that they would willingly want to experiment on anyone alone is, you know, bad enough, but to actually want to experiment on children as well, you know, that adds an extra layer of villainy to Umbrella. So that was good. And so for Black Flag, like, I wouldn't mind new story additions that weren't in the original, like having a epilogue. It would be tragic, you know, to see Edward fall, but I feel like that would be something that would create a really strong emotional connection. It's honoring something that is lore already. It's not something that is made up. You know, the fact that he dies is not a secret. It's not something that, if they included it, would ruin things. You know, it would just add an extra layer of tragedy to the Kenway saga and the Kenway family. You know, but that's where it could really set things up strongly for Assassin's Creed 3, to the point where people who might play the remake of Black Flag, who really enjoy it, who've never played another Assassin's Creed game but are interested in playing the other ones, if they play Assassin's Creed 3, then they will go into it being like, ah, yes, of course, Haytham saw his father get killed when he was really young, and that. However, it could also ruin the twist, although not necessarily, I guess. The twist of AC3 can still be preserved for people who haven't played any games in the series, and the remake might be their first game if they include that extra stuff. And more Mary Read would be great too. However, things to add which would be stupid is anything that makes Edward worse at the start of the story than he was in the original. You know, he's not some asshole abusive husband or anything like that. You know? So I hope they don't add any scenes where we see him abusing Caroline or anything like that, because I feel like that creates a point of no return where it really... And I mean, Star Wars struggles with this too, with Anakin, you know, the murder sprees that he goes on in Attack of the Clones, you know, and a character like Padme still loves him, and, you know, all that. So there is complexity to it as well, and all that. But I just don't want to see Edward being put into that category of character. Seeing more scenes of him and Caroline would be good to add some extra context of stuff. But yeah, it just really depends on what they're adding as well. And the only way I'll know that is to watch spoiler videos and all that, which I'm definitely prepared to do. I can't. For some of us, it's too dear of a game to be ruined. Yeah, that's the thing, you know, and I get it when people say, oh, it's not really an Assassin's Creed game because it's more of a pirate game. And I get that, and it's an unavoidable criticism that is inevitably going to pop up. I don't agree with it, I don't share it, but it's understandable. And so I don't feel like people who believe that are wrong. You know, I just feel like there's compelling evidence to support the fact that it is an Assassin's Creed game. It's simply a perspective shift. It's like in Resident Evil, I know I'm going to Resident Evil again, but it's like in Resident Evil 7, Biohazard. You're playing as a completely different character, a character you have never seen before, a character who has no military training, has no history with anything of the nature of what Ethan goes through and experiences, has no knowledge of that kind of thing. And you're giving a fresh perspective on an established formula. Because the structure of Resident Evil 7 is very much in line with a Resident Evil game. But there's a lot of elements that make it feel not much of a Resident Evil game as well, you know. So with Assassin's Creed Black Flag, I feel like there's a lot of compelling moments and also sequences that are like an Assassin's Creed game. And the other thing is too, like, as you get closer to the end of the story, even though we don't get to literally see Edward operate as an assassin when he's officially assassin, we do get a glimpse of what he might act like as an assassin when he really starts to take things seriously. And it's when he's, you know, interacting with the other assassins, the other bureau leaders, and we see a certain evolution that's happened in his character where, you know, he's on the path to becoming an assassin, and so he's starting to act more like one. Before, he was trying to pretend to be one, but now he's actually acting like someone who is on the path to become an assassin, and not using it as some kind of like ruse or some kind of springboard into, you know, reaching fame or whatnot, or for personal gains. So that's the kind of thing that I'm hoping the remake doesn't ruin, because there's a certain integrity that the original has that needs to be kept. Another thing is too, like, them removing present day. Present day has always been, especially since Assassin's Creed 3's ending, has always been a thing where, you know, some people absolutely loathe it. You know, they'd rather just jump straight into the time period and not have any interruptions, not have any semblance even that they're inside of a simulation, you know. And I think with the remake and taking away the present day, they're really experimenting too, I imagine, because they're probably seeing, okay, how will people respond without a present day? Will they miss it? Will we get people complaining that it doesn't work without the present day? Or will we get people saying that the experience and the story of Edward Kenway is stronger than not having it? But it's one of those things too where if it turns out to be a bad remake, then so be it. You know, there's always the original there to play. Unless Ubisoft decides to, you know, stop people from being able to buy the game anymore. That is, which I wouldn't be surprised, and if the remake does what maybe they're hoping, I wouldn't be surprised if they start to shut down servers for games that were released in 2013 onwards, like they did with games that were released up until 2013. But then there's been the whole restructuring of the company, and At the end of the day, not everyone cares about that side of things, and that's fine. You can't expect every single person who's a fan of anything to be concerned with anything other than the actual literal game itself, and playing it, and whether they enjoy it or not. And that's fine too. Like, there's players of games who hate story. They don't care about it. If they could skip every single cutscene, then they'd be happy. And that's fine. But there's people who do like the story. And it's not the job of the players to make the decision of should the level of quality for all these elements be given the same amount of care. It's on Ubisoft to be like, right, we have people who don't like the story, but we have people who do. Instead of trying to cater for the people who don't like the story alone, cater for both. Have all cutscenes be skippable, you know. In that way, people who don't care about the story don't have to worry. And if people want to know about the story, well, they can just see a quick recap. But the care given should still be the same across all the board as well. Like, just because not everyone cares about a game's story shouldn't mean that you don't try to strive for good quality. Same with, you know, environments. Not everyone stops and takes a look at a game environment to admire the work that went into it. But that doesn't mean that the people who are hired to put their passion and their skill and talent to use to create that at a really good level, that doesn't mean that they shouldn't be able to do that, or that they shouldn't, or that they shouldn't care. And since I'm actually playing a remake now, like I haven't played the original. I would have liked to, but circumstances were such that I just couldn't get my hand on a version of the game. And waiting until they actually do like a backwards compatible re-release, at least here in Australia. In other parts of the world, you might be able to get the game on the PlayStation Store, for example. But it's just not available to me, so I went with the remake instead. And I'm sure that there would be people that would be like, why are you playing the remake for? You should be playing the original. You haven't played the original. And I get that too. I do try to play the original of a game first before I actually play the remake. Same with movies. I do try to see the original first. But it doesn't always work out like that. Sometimes I'll see the remake and then I'll be like, right, I wonder what the original's like. I can go back to that. And because this game isn't by From Software, it's understandable if there's some players that are like, no, it doesn't count because it's not by them, which is, you know, understandable too. And that might be the reality of, you know, so many remakes too, like some people might just not be able to get their hands on the original, so they go with the and that's fine too, as well. But yeah, the whole thing with the Black Flag remake is that I don't care about spoilers for it, of the things that are added, you know what I mean? So I'll definitely seek those things out before I play the game. Because for me, I need the integrity of the story to still be intact and not sacrificed. And the thing is that stuff too, like you can compartmentalize stuff where you can be like, right, okay, so is it a good story without trying to judge it through the lens of what the original was? Is it going to be a game that still allows people to really get invested and immersed in the world and also in the character? There's even games that I have problems with, and there's certain scales to this. You go from games like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, for example, versus Assassin's Creed Rogue. So the reason I don't mind replaying Odyssey is because there's more stuff in that game that I think works than what does in Rogue, which is ironic because Rogue is definitely more of an Assassin's Creed game than Odyssey is. But there's things in Rogue that I just cannot. Say is like, that was a good thing. I like what they did there. A lot of counter arguments are understandable too, like, well, it showed a side of the conflict that we didn't really get to see much. And that's true, you know. I mean, it's not the first game in the series to add ambiguity to the Assassin's cause. That often gets attributed to Rogue, but it's actually Assassin's Creed 1 that has that. And I think one of the things that makes that not readily apparent is just because the first game exists, I feel, in this weird sort of limbo where the people who've played it, who enjoyed it, and know it, versus those who played it and didn't care for it and are like, well, you know, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. So those elements of the story that are showing that there's some ambiguity to the assassins might not be acknowledged or even remembered. So it's tricky too, because when you look at Assassin's Creed 1, for example, there's things that feel like they don't really fit with what was established later. In the sense that Altair and Malik, they know about the Templars. Like, they know that they're a faction. But they don't know about their goals for world domination and seeking out pieces of Eden, you know. Whereas games that are set before Assassin's Creed 1 do have that, you know. So it creates this thing where, how come they're oblivious to it, you know? And that's why I feel like they're wanting to remake Black Flag first, instead of going to remake Assassin's Creed 1. And maybe, you know, maybe they felt that it was easier to remake Black Flag because the story itself is something that even people who haven't played the series before can play, and they don't have to have prior knowledge of stuff. So it'll be interesting to see when they reveal it officially what they actually show. I'm not really expecting any gameplay footage, more, you know, cinematics and stuff. But if they do show some gameplay, it'll be interesting to see what elements of gameplay they show. I can't. Just show us if you ruin parkour or not. Yeah, that's the other thing too. You know, it's like there's so many elements that make up Assassin's Creed as well. And so yeah, parkour is one thing. I mean, I doubt they've created a brand new game engine for Black Flag Remake. I doubt that they've done that. And so if they show any character interactions, and once you know what to look for, you can't unsee it. When it comes to the gestures that characters pull off. It's like, if you look at humans when they interact with each other, they don't cycle through different poses every few seconds. You know, it's more reactive than that. You know, and something I wish that they would do is, instead of having just the camera angle stay on the character who's making the dialogue choice, and that's the other thing, you know, are they going to add dialogue choices or something? Even Mirage has dialogue choices, and some of them are warranted because it's just asking the bureau leader some questions, which is good because then you can learn more about the character. But then there's literally a moment where there's dialogue choices of two things to say. And it's like, why are you giving players the option of two things to say when they ultimately have to choose both anyway? So why even make a choice? Just have the character say both dialogues automatically as part of the scripted sequence. You know, I know this isn't how it works, but it makes it feel like the game engine is like, right, you have to have at least one instance of choices for the character where they have two choices, but both have to be selected anyway, but still make them choices. It's like, no, you absolutely cannot have the whole game go without having a situation like that. And, I mean, the argument could be, well, maybe the player feels like one is more important than the other, but it's like, well, if that's the case, then, you know, just have the character say one. And the thing is, you get games that have character choices, like The Witcher 3, but there's just something stylistic about it for a game like that, where you have the NPCs and how they interact and all that in the cutscenes when talking to each other. But adding some dynamic camera angles to it, you know, I know it's tricky because at the time that the player presses dialogue choice, it might be in the middle of the camera angle change, and then there's the jarring effect because it instantly switches to the cutscene that follows. Which just would make things jarring visually, because it would look like a glitch And the other thing too, it's one thing to be sort of like talking about things like what I'm talking about, but people who actually have experience and know exactly how things are done or how things, how there's like, restrictions, the technicalities of actually doing things. It's one thing for me to say, it'd be cool if a game had this, but it might not be doable. Or if it is doable, it might not be stable. You know what I mean? So I understand if there's some things that get suggested that just couldn't be possible yet. And that's fine. But I remember a friend of mine when we were really young, we would like talk about, our video game ideas and wouldn't it be cool to add this and all that kind of stuff. And so that's just something that's stuck with me. Where I do think about that stuff sometimes, it's like, oh, what if I added this to that game instead of that? So the great thing is that there's actually modders who can do that to games where they can go, what if we added this to that? And then voila, they add it to it. I know that in this game, in terms of what is left, I don't have much left in terms of like the levels, the worlds and stuff like that. But I still don't know how much longer it will take me to actually finish the game, because when I get to the final end game thing, it might take me more than one stream to defeat the final boss. I don't know, I've never played this game before, so that can be the difficult thing as a streamer when you have games that you have as like a traditional playthrough that you do at least once a year. You get to figure out the pacing to a point where you can kind of predict how much story you're going to get done in one stream, given how much time you have to stream. You know what I mean? And it's amazing that you can get so much done even in a short stream. Like in a 3-hour stream, you could do like 6 missions or something, if that's all you're focusing on. When you're playing a game for the first time, you don't really know. You can look up how many levels a game has and kind of figure out that way. But there's also a certain feeling that you develop when you play a game multiple times, where you start to instinctually know how much is left, and you're like, oh right, I'm up to this part of the story, so that means that potentially it would take one more stream. Like with Rise of the Tomb Raider, I know I'll get the game done in one more stream, so there's no point in waiting until next Monday to do another stream of it. If I can finish it in one more stream, it's best to do it this week. But with games like this too, there's the added layer of difficulty where you might have just 2 worlds left, but that could take 3 streams or more to do that. Games like this, though, you know, it's something that you know going in that it's not going to be like a one stream and done kind of thing, unless you're a speedrunner. There's speedrunners who can probably do 6 or 7 games in like one stream sitting. It's like if you can speedrun and finish, you know, 6 games in 1 hour each, then that's 6 hours where you've done 6 games, you know. Hello there, Sona. Welcome on in. I hope things are going well. Hello there, Code. How's things?
Thou seekest the power of the soul, no? Then touch the demon inside me. Soul of the mind, key to life's ether. Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
Code, few hours until some salty pie time? Oh, very nice. That's cool.
Art thou finished?
Beware the limits of your own.
It's so funny the things that you don't know in a first playthrough unless you've looked ahead, but I had a look about the characters of Patches and Yurt, the silent assassin in this, and okay, so when I first encountered Patches, he really rubbed me the wrong way, and my wanting to get revenge against the character instinct kicked in, and so I ended up just killing the guy. But I find out later that he's a recurring character that can appear at multiple points and then becomes a merchant in the Nexus. So, you know, so he's gone already. Then there was this dude that was located in this part of the Nexus here, and he rubbed me the wrong way, and I got rid of him. But Yurt, the silent assassin, I didn't realize that he actively kills other characters that have gone to the Nexus too. And I didn't actually realize. I just thought that, oh, maybe these characters just went out of the game until a later point. But it turns out that Yurt will kill them. But I've killed Yurt now, but lost some characters before before that happened. So of these characters here that were like related to miracles and all that, only this character has survived.
How has this happened?
I can forge weapons for you. Do come back alive.
That was a mistake. Whoops. Leap of fail. You son of a bitch. Hey there, Keone, welcome. Just having the character, fall to their death. Fun times. How's things? Hello there, Sheila. Welcome, dude. I'm doing really good, thank you. How's your day going? Sheila, your day is good. Just about to go on to the first client of the day. Oh, very nice, dude. That's good. I hope that things go well with work today. You're curious about the Black Flag reveal on Thursday, Friday for me? Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they reveal, what they show as well. See if they show any robotic conversations you have with NPCs. Or shiver me timbers, what would you like to buy from me store? You know, that kind of that kind of acting. I look forward to seeing Edward fold his arms and then have one arm folded, his other elbow, and then on his face, and then, you know, doing all these gestures. It's going to look so awesome. I mean, that may not be the case, but that's that's kind of what I'm expecting to see when they reveal interactions that you have with characters in the game world. There's this merchant that I've been trying to find for so long, and if anyone knows where the hell he is, the guide I'm looking at says that he's near the entrance to this second area, but I can't find him. Wicked, that game has more leaks than pasta drainage tools used in a kitchen. That's a great analogy, Wicked. Actually, you don't want to say it's horrible, but the latest game releases in this franchise taught you to wait half a year to get it for 80% off. Yeah, it's definitely understandable too, as well. It's like with me wanting to just see the spoiler stuff. Like, I don't care about being spoiled about the new elements they've added. I just want to see what they are so I can determine whether I feel like it's worth even paying for to experience that as well. But there's definitely a lot of love for the remake already. Like, I see Facebook posts about it, getting lots of heart reactions and stuff. So I mean, there's people who really love the idea of a Black Flag remake, I guess, but that's just not me. Alright, time to go to a video guide to see where this particular blacksmith is. Ah, okay, so it's that far away from where I am. Alright, I'm way, 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 way... Oh, that spot. Okay. Means I need to go back this way, all the way. Okay. Look at Ubisoft games. Buy in heavy discount or second hand. Yeah, exactly. You know, it's like, if you don't mind potentially getting spoilers, which is definitely difficult. I mean, some would just say, just don't go on the internet then. And it's like, yeah, you could do that. And just ignore everyone else in your life, I guess. it's, it's like, I sent you a text message about an urgent situation. Oh, I can't go on the internet. I can't. I might get spoiled for something. So in the end, it's possible that they fuck up a great and beloved game for a cash grab. That is true too, as well. You know, and I mean, people who have worked on the remake, you know, nothing against them. They might have been very passionate about what they did and their heart's in the right place and all that kind of stuff, but I mean, people's hands can be tied too with a lot of stuff. Like, if you're not someone who has any kind of like creative control or input beyond, you know, obviously things within the realm of, you know, oh, maybe this needs to be refined a bit. But talking about massive, major creative choices that affect things like someone who is in charge of the animations isn't going to be able to dictate the direction of the story. You know what I mean? Like, well, I think the story should go this way. Aha. Here we go. Shit, in the end, it's... Oh, okay, well, devs screw less than execs. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing, too. There's a hierarchy as well. You know, I mean, it's definitely understandable. Like, obviously, there's unfair things where, like, for example, an employee will be unfairly targeted as the reason why a management decision is in effect. Instead of the person being like, okay, so it's something that the manager has, you know, put in place. But then it's like, well, maybe, because there's always someone higher up that a person has to answer to, you know, or follow the lead of. Actually, blame the lead developers and the CEO, they make the decision. Yeah, I mean, there's also another factor too. The editorial team, like, they're ultimately the ones who decide which stories get told, what medium they get told in, and the direction of how things go as well. And so if they want a particular game story to go in a certain direction, then that's what the writers who are hired to do the story have to adhere to. It's also like, too, when actors get blamed for decisions that are made for their character, you know, in a story. Like, it's not... I mean, sure, the scorched earth answer would be, well, just don't accept the role then, you know, which is understandable, but, I mean... There's just so many things that go into stuff. It's you can't just blame one person for the entirety of everything necessarily. I mean, sometimes you can, but it's not in every instance. Okay, so they said it was the base of this. Alright. Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. Nice. So the reason why I'm not just using one of those as soon as I die is more of a strategic decision. I don't care how many times I die, as long as when it comes to a boss fight, I've got an Ephemeral Eye to use. And because I didn't actually start using any of them until I'd already gotten a few, it means that I had a little bit of a head start on that. But I primarily want to just use it when I'm going into a boss fight, so I have full health for that. Otherwise, I'll just end up using all of them on each attempt at dying in regular circumstances, which would mean when I got to the boss, I might not have any Ephemeral Eyes at all. So it's kind of like in games where you struggle with the weakest thing for as long as possible because you're saving the stronger weapon for a later point, or when you really, really drastically, really need it. Which is kind of my playstyle. Like, I'll use the weakest gun, for example, in a shooter game, for as long as it takes for me to get frustrated and annoyed at the enemies that are obliterating me. Because then it's like, right, okay, now it's time to bring out this weapon and use that against the enemies. Hello there, Oliver. Welcome, dude. Death is alive and well. How's things going? Exactly, Oliver. Just a little leap of faith, that one. Oh, nice, Oliver. Glad to hear that you're going good. Just getting your day started. Awesome. Oh, those punks. Ah, man. Trying to find this blacksmith is so fucking annoying. Spent fucking days on this. Okay, so I've reached a point in this video I'm looking at where there's a recognizable place. So I'll just get myself to where that is in my game and then work my way along with the video. Really fucking annoying. Okay, so that puts me here, which I've already sussed out, but that's not where the blacksmith is. I got a name for those enemies with the pickaxe. Pickaxe pricks. Yeah, Oliver. It's like coming up with insult names for enemies. Like in Assassin's Creed, there's a character of Reginald Birch. I like to call him Reginald Bitch. And then shit miners, that's another good one for them, yes. They're mining for bullshit. Alright, so this is where I've paused in the video that I'm looking at. Okay. So I'll wait till the person in the video is finished killing these enemies. This will make it easier for me to actually track where they're going. Alright, so they go here. Got these fire poker pricks. Even though they're not fire pokers, but still. Aha! This is not where I went. Pardon me, before. There we go. Oops. Here we go. One moves pretty fast. Oh, you... Jesus Christ. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Now we've got to work this out. Yeah, all of us like, fucking hell. Oliver, been there, done that. I would like to order 50 pizzas. Hey there, Ironhide. That's a lot of pizzas. Thank you for redeeming that as an Arnie impression. Thank you. Oliver can never have too many pizzas. That is very true. Plus, leftover pizzas are good as well. Actually, I don't need to worry about that enemy. Oi! 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 Alright, now it's my turn. There we go. Alright. That's them dealt with. Yourself. That enemy's laugh. Almost sounds like he's going to start going into a coughing fit. That's more like it. One hit kills. Actually, what's up this way? An asshole. I think I might have been there before. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Okay, here we go. This is where I died before. Oliver, what's behind the corner? Death. Literally. Death is just waiting there with a scythe. Aha. Alright.
I haven't seen you around these parts. What does it matter? You need a blacksmith? Show me your steel. If not, head straight for the door. I'm busy. I'm not here to chit-chat.
Yet, here you are
Forging a
chit-chatting.
weapon strengthens it and alters its character. Ores are transmogrified spirits. Their presence blesses the weapon.
These sharp stone chunks. Forever my bane in trying to upgrade this sword further than it is. It's like, come on, man. And it's one of those resources that you can't buy.
All done. Then be gone.
Well, that was uneventful. That's probably one of the things I would say that about this game can be annoying. But then again, I'm spoiled by games that let you just go in and buy the resources you need. It's like even in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, if you have enough money, you don't have to go around the game world hunting specific animals to get the skins to upgrade stuff. You just basically go into merchant shops and buy the skins and stuff that you need and then just upgrade your stuff. But in this game, and I dare say it will be the same in other games like this, certain resources are only through grinding and only subject to drop rate being a certain percentage or some such. Oliver time. Oh, Einheid, now to find a good place to rest. As opposed to a resting place. Ah, at least there. Okay. I heard one of those crystal lizards. It's probably disappeared by now. So these crystal lizards are supposed to drop what I need. And they rarely do. Alright, well I can't use... I can't get this sword upgraded without spending 20 hours on it, so... Back to the Nexus we go. Let's actually have a look at what this miracle shit's all about. Or forgiveness or whatever. Forgiveness. It's a lot of souls. Forget about it. Oh dear.
Hello again. I'm keeping a close watch on your belongings.
Yeah, stockpile Thomas, we know. Get some new material. Okay, what's the thing that
You have a heart of
helps you
gold.
stop getting poisoned? Or heals your poisons? What is it? Stops bleeding. Well, I don't want that. I don't care about that. I mean, it might come in handy, but I don't care about that, so we drop it. Oh yeah, what's this jelly thing do? Can you eat it? No. Local recipe of various medicine herbs recovers some of the user's health bonus over time as miles like with the face. No, I've already got a ring that does that. So we can get rid of that too.
Hello again. I'm keeping a close watch.
Noble's Lotus. Counteract poison. Okay, that's what I need. Not retrieve item would be overburdened. Okay, then what can I put in there? Alright. Just 3. I'm going to need more than 3. I'm going to need 23. Okay, how about now? 22 is close enough. What's this do? Recovers magic. It's something I haven't really used. I like this. Applied to the right-hand weapon to create a temporary flame. Not for use with wooden weapons. Gee, I wouldn't have guessed that. But then again, people have gotten hot coffee from a coffee place and complained when they spilt the hot coffee on their lap that it was too hot. It's like, sorry that you spilt it on yourself, but that's kind of a you thing, not the fact that it's hot. Oliver Rod doesn't need forgiveness. Reminds me of Spider-Man 3, where Bully Maguire's like, you want forgiveness? Get religion. Like it's something you just go to the store and buy. It's like, I need some forgiveness. I know, I'll just go to the store and get some religion. There we go. Hey, Iconic Evil, welcome. How's things? Oh, nice. Good to hear that you're going well. Actually, that might come in handy for the poison area, because that has high poison resistance. Or at least higher than what these have, which is 9. And this has 28 poison resistance. Alright, so let's get... Alright, okay, it's time to get really, really restrictive with what I want.
You have a heart of
Keep it
gold.
not.
Don't let them take it from you. Hello again. I'm keeping a close watch. You have a heart of gold. Don't let them take it. Hello. I'm keeping a close watch.
Iconic, you've been getting your shit wrecked in Elden Ring. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, that's a game I would definitely want to play in the future. And I see recently that they've been casting for the movie that they're doing for that.
You have a heart of gold. Don't let them take it.
It's in trade with your souls. No interest, eh? I can tell you're not going to last long.
Iconic, it's a great game, a bit more relentless than Dark Souls, this or Bloodborne. Oh yeah. Is it sort of like larger in scope as well, would you say? Iconic, larger in scope, and the main bosses leave very little opening when fighting. Oh, really? Yeah. So a lot more strategy involved.
I was worried sick. We are indebted to you. I was worried sick. are indebted to you.
I can forge weapons. You come back alive and meet your business.
Oh, thank you. I was worried sick. We are indebted to you for you fight on our behalf.
Iconic. Oh, sorry, I already read that message about being larger in scope. Hey, Mita. I'm doing well, thank you, dude. Things are going good. How about yourself? I thought I'd look into trying out a different weapon again. Mita, good to hear you're doing well. Just arrived at work. Excellent, Mita. That's good, dude. I hope that work will go well today. Thank you very, very much as well for the 230 stream streak. Excellent, dude. Thank you so much for that. Not Fry. Speaking of streaks, thank you very, very much for the 245 stream streak, Not Fry. Thank you very, very much for that. Hope things are going well. Not Fry. That's truly a no-life amount of streams watched. Muchly appreciated, though, Not Fry. That is for sure. That friggin' attack that this prick does is so fucking annoying. You punk. This enemy type is so annoying. And it's the bottleneck of this whole swamp area so far. If I could upgrade this sword one more, then that would probably give me a bit more of a damage advantage on that enemy, but I can't because there's a resource that you need that you can't buy that you have to spend hours to grind for in the event that it will drop, and I just don't have that kind of time. I like to get this game done, you know, before this month is out. Not Fried. Thanks. Also appreciate for how many streams you do. Definitely doesn't feel like you watch that many of myself. Water is fucking annoying too. And the backstab doesn't fucking work, or at least I just haven't positioned myself quickly enough to do it against that enemy type. But yeah, this will be the whole stream, trying to get past this, and then the next stream. And then the next stream's next week, and then next month, and then next year. No, it won't take me that long, but it is annoying. Because even getting past this prick, there's still other enemies that could kill you, and then I have to go through this section all over again. Like, I would do some grinding for this game off stream, but I want to have all the deaths actually be on stream. Because I want to actually show that I am counting the deaths. Because if I just said, oh yeah, I'll just grind off stream, then I could just be like, yeah, I'll just not count how many deaths off stream, and then just, you know, wouldn't be an accurate count. Macy did a boss fight in Greedfall yesterday that felt like a Dark Souls fight. You also underlevel, but it's a tough son of a bitch. Oh, it's so frustrating too as well, especially if you get really far in the fight and you've almost killed the enemy. Then they get a one last hit in on you. Or they do a bullshit move. See? this bullshit too. Amita, yeah, one attack from it and you were dead. Oh no. That's the worst thing too. You just get up to the boss fight and then you die. If I don't finish, yeah, I definitely won't be finishing this game today. Fuck. Might have to put it on hold to fit other games in that are priority. That's all good, Amita. Thank you for the good luck wishes. We'll definitely need it. Would like to highly recommend people check out Amita's channel. He's doing a playthrough for the first time of Greedfall. He's also a fan of the Dark Pictures games by Supermassive. Recently he was doing House of Ashes, working on getting all the achievements in that game. Also has a playthrough of Horizon Forbidden West going on too. Great streamer, definitely recommend. No worries for the shout out, Amita. I hope that work goes well. I forgot that I had a message after the died message. I think I might have to waste an ephemeral eye to get full health. Just so I can deal with this enemy. Get rid of it, just in case I accidentally use it when not wanting to actually use it. Hello there, Levy. Good morning to you. How's your morning going so far? Levy just woke up like 10 minutes ago. How are you? Still in the waking up phase. That's definitely understandable. That is for sure. I'm doing well. This game is annoying me though. This part is really frustrating. And the sword I have is a different sword to what I've been using. But it's at the same level my previous sword was. And it actually does more damage. But the final upgrade still requires a resource that the game doesn't let you buy, that you have to grind for. But the rate at which it drops is very low for me, so I don't want to spend 10 hours just on the one thing. So instead I'm spending 10 hours on this part. Oh, I absolutely hate falling off into this stuff. Jeez. Because the only way to get out of it is to go past 4 of those enemies that were kicking my ass when there was only one of them. Lovely stuff indeed, Levy. It's just so annoying. Maybe there's another way to get up. Or maybe not. Remember, I gotta press the Y button. Hey there, bootleg. You're filling shit water. That is what this whole location in this game is all about. Shit water. How's things, bootleg? Hey there, Lidus. Welcome. When there's a will, there's a way glitch. How's things going, Lidus? You're okay, a bit sleepy at work right now. Oh, that's fair enough. Well, I hope work goes well, and that it goes quickly for you too. Thank you very much, Bootleg, for the 7-stream streak. That is excellent. Thank you for that.
I know you. Won't you buy something, please? My poor child is sick. He needs your help. This place, it's a proper heap of rubbish. All the rot of the world, living or not, ends up here. My boy doesn't want for anything. Ever since that demoness came here, everything has turned foul. This was a much better place before she came. I was the apple of every man's eye. You're here to rid us of her, aren't you? Well, don't show her any mercy. My boy doesn't want for anything.
Liz, you're okay. Whoops, I already read that. Oh, bootleg poop slugs, yeah. Glad to hear that you're going good, Lightus. Let me remind you of Pisswasser from GTA. Pisswasser! Yeah. Bootleg, oh, Demon Souls. Didn't read that. Thought you were in Dark Souls, Blighttown. Fuck Blighttown. Yeah, I saw a playthrough that Crooked had done of the Dark Souls remastered. Oh, Dark Souls remastered, and Blighttown was one of the locations, and it did look like a pain in the ass. Oliver Jacob, the Thames is worse. Yeah, this area doesn't have anything on the Thames. But just 1 million channel points and no idea how to waste them might do a redemption for something. I don't know, dude. I wouldn't want people to use that many points for just that message. 1 million channel point redeem. Let Rod watch you rage in every game he's played to feel the same pain he felt. Let him get a couple of laughs.
nothing for you. You wretched penny pincher. Just let the children of the
Bootleg, you had to overlevel to get through Blighttown. Oh, I don't blame you, Bootleg, for having to do that. There's a lot of grinding that I decided to do in this game as well to put stuff into the stats of the character. Levy, you'll be back after breakfast. Should also get some work done. Totally fair, Levy. That is for sure. I hope that you enjoy your breakfast. Would definitely like to also recommend people check out Levy. If you haven't checked out her channel before, doing a playthrough of the game Night in the Woods. So her favorite game, so she's played it a few times and really enjoys it. So if you're looking for a streamer who's really passionate about the game that they're playing, definitely recommend checking out Levy's channel. Oh yeah, Levy, that's definitely no worries at all for the shout out. I hope that you enjoy your breakfast and that work will go well today. Gladys, you think this is easy boss according to the damage data that you're seeing? You're doing much more damage to him than he is doing to you. You guess you can play this? Yeah, Gladys, it reminds me of the old school games where you had like the boss's health, and if you were doing more damage more frequently than they were doing damage to you, then you knew that you had a fighting chance at least to get through the fight. So this game is bringing back a lot of that sort of like feel for me, where it's like, yep, just a game of keeping your health higher than the enemies. Well, that's good that I got that boss defeated. And it turns out that the way that I went about it, falling down where I did, actually led to getting there. So now I don't have that annoying bottleneck that I keep on doing over and over again. But no doubt there'll be a new bottleneck. Light as fuck, you're making it super hard. Oh, bootleg's doing like Claymore only, no upgrades. Sometimes it can be fun in a game to do a no upgrades challenge. So if I can finish this game this week, which is doubtful because I've only got one more stream allocated for this game this week, which is after this stream. I'll go on my break and then come back to do another stream of this. But in the off chance that I do get through the game in my second stream, it would then make way for me to be able to start my super massive games marathon. Which I'll be kicking off by doing a playthrough of the original Until Dawn. Now, this time, for those people who saw me play that game with only the sound effects on, this time it's going to have all the sounds back. So it's going to have the dialogue and the music, as well as sound effects. So I'll be doing Until Dawn, and I'll be doing The Quarry. Then I'll be doing the Dark Pictures games. And my plan is to be able to finish The Devil in Me before Directive 8020 comes out. And then I'll be doing a playthrough of that. I do have plans to do other games for the sound effects only playthrough as well, but I don't have time yet to do that. Right, maybe it's easy, maybe in Demon's Souls, but in Dark Souls it's a death run. That's what you could call a playthrough, death run. Bootleg, you've done the difficulties below it like that too. Oh, that's pretty good then, Bootleg, that you got that under your belt. So normally I go Until Dawn, the original one, then the Dark Pictures games, and then the Quarry to cap things off. But because Directive 8020 is the next Dark Pictures game, and I want to do a playthrough of that when it comes out, I've changed the order around. Ladders, these red Cthulhus remind you of invaders. When you first saw me killing them, you thought they were NPC invaders. Oh, is that like in the Dark Souls games, is it? Is that something that can happen? Ladders, yeah, if you're online in Dark Souls games. Oh, I got you, yeah. That's interesting that it can be like NPCs. Ladders, I bet you're going to unlock the Platinum Trophy for this game if you haven't already. Oh, yeah, I don't know, actually. I can see how many... Okay, so far I've gotten 18 of 37. Yeah, so 18 out of... Was it 27 or 37? I can't remember what I said now. I just said it. Hey Altair, it's going well, thank you. I just got through a boss fight, so that was good. How's things with you? Yeah, you're working, but headache. Oh, that really sucks. I hope that you get some relief from that headache. That's just terrible. Especially when you have to do things that also need, like, you know, concentration and everything. Ladders, you don't know if you've said this enough, but here goes nothing. You're such a badass and awesome person. It's always a blast being here with you in chat. So much fun, and the shenanigans are a blast. Well, thank you, Lighters. I'm glad that you enjoy your time watching me stream and that you get that enjoyment. And also, like, the, the rage moment you get to see me indulge in. When games really, really, really piss me off. This man, the curse words. I'm like, shit, Rod is mad now. I better not joke. But when you do, you're like, he's raging against the game. He's cool. Oh, exactly, Lattice. Yeah, yeah, that is true. Yeah, if I ever get you know, upset in a game, it's definitely not because of something that a viewer has said or done. In fact, it would be funny because I can be raging at the game, and then the next minute I'm like, Oh, hello, welcome on in. How's things? Just go from one to the other.
Thou seek, then touch the deep soul of the mind, key to life's ether. Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended. Art thou finished? May thy strength.
I can forge weapons for you. Do come back alive. I need your business.
I was worried sick.
Like, it's still cool. Like, if you get upset with someone in chat, it's not being upset, just trying to keep things extra friendly in chat, and obviously keeping the rules in check, if that makes sense. Oh, absolutely, Lightus, it's just that balance as well, because there's people who can make, mistakes, and sort of like, I can be, lenient to a point, of course. But then there's just people who are outright antagonistic instantly, you know what I mean? Where it's just like, man,
We are indebted to you, for you fight on our behalf. I was worried sick. We are indebted to you, for you fight.
Lightus, yeah, you understand, brother. I mean, you would know if someone in chat was antagonistic animosity, but you know a person well enough in your chat to be like, he might have said it wrong or something, etc. But so far, man, what a blast. Whether it's a new playthrough or challenge or whatever, it's still a blast. Well, thank you, Lightus. I'm glad that you enjoy all those different kinds of playthroughs as well, especially when there's playthroughs of having characters like Ezio just throw away money for 10 minutes. Money, 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 gold, and hearing the same dialogue over and over again. To be honest, in that playthrough, even I have turned my volume down from the game sometimes. Because I've heard enough of the dialogue. Latest Man Splinter Cell playthrough is such fun that you wish they would make HD collections like Konami for some of their IPs. Oh yeah, Latest. Many years ago, because I was still playing the PlayStation 2 version for a while, but I didn't get a PS3. On the PS3, they actually did a collection of the first three games, but it hasn't actually become available here in Australia on the PlayStation Plus for backwards compatibility, unfortunately. So I've just had to do the Xbox original ones. But I do feel like they should have done something else by now, because that was a long time ago when the PS3 came out. I feel like that would have been the better way to go instead of doing a remake. Lotus, doesn't Amazon have them in Australia? Well, they might do physical disc-wise, but I don't actually have... well, the Xbox didn't actually get it. It was only the PlayStation 3 that got the collection. Lattice, weren't there like 5 games on the PlayStation 2? You mean Splinter Cell? Sorry, you're talking way too much. It's all good, Lattice. Yeah, so you have 2 versions of Double Agent. One of them was on PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox, and then the other was on PC and Xbox 360 and PS3. And the PlayStation 2 version of Double Agent, I haven't actually played it before, but I played the Xbox original version, and I liked it. I still prefer the other version, though. But there's things in the PlayStation 2 Xbox original version that are done really well. Like when Sam finds out that something's gone wrong, in the Xbox 360 and PS3 versions of the game, he finds out after the mission is finished, whereas in the other versions, he actually finds out in the middle of the mission that he's on. And the music, and if you move the camera to Sam's face, the change in his emotion from when he was on the mission to when he hears about what's happened to Sarah, like that's really epic. Also, what's interesting is you can actually get dialogue from a lot of the enemy characters by sneaking up on them. Now, in the PS3 and Xbox 360 version, you can with a lot of the characters, but not Moss. He's a character that in the Xbox 360 and PS3 versions, if you don't make certain choices at certain points, then you get locked out of doing the final actual mission where you go after Moss. But in the Xbox original and PlayStation 2 versions, when you're sneaking around like the compound, or when you're sneaking around certain areas, you can actually grab them from behind, even Moss as well. But yeah, I prefer the Xbox 360 Double Agent. Plus there's things with Enrica, like in the Xbox 360 version, Enrica and Sam can have a fling, but that's only if you go the route after you've been in Emil's office and you've gotten the information on the Red Mercury from the safe. Or the bombs, I should say, from the safe. And if you go out Emil's window and then make your way, you'll get to Enrica's room. And as you open the door, she'll basically spring. She'll be like... She doesn't say these exact words, but she'll be like, Sam, what are you doing here? That kind of thing. And then they'll kiss and stuff. Whereas in the Xbox original version, they make a really melodramatic, over-the-top, very sappy kind of like thing. I don't know, it just feels too soap opera kind of thing. Like, if Ubisoft remakes some of the Splinter Cell games, or perhaps will they bring back Michael Ironside to voice Sam Fisher? I very much doubt it, Lidus, yeah. Because he's sort of like gotten a lot older now, of course, but he's also battled cancer several times and stuff like that. So I feel like his time with the series is done, you know, like, so most likely they've gotten someone else for the remake. Yeah, Lidus, you know, had a barrage of different cancers. Something that I don't know if he's been asked in interviews before is about Double Agent having two different versions of the same story. Like, did he have to do, like, did he get paid for both versions or just one version? Hopefully he got paid extra for doing both versions. Like, I just thought he took a break is all. Yeah, there was the thing with the cancer, and also Ubisoft wanted to go with motion capture performance. So they wanted to have someone who could run around as Sam and deliver the dialogue at the same time.
Go forth, Galvin. May you be unharmed.
Leave us, Slayer of Demons. This is a sanctuary for the lost and wretched. There is nothing here for you to pillage or plunder. Please, leave quietly.
You will not turn back. I shall let no harm come to dearest Australia. There you rot in the deepest depths of the swamp. Why must you pests insist on intruding upon our haven? You abandoned us long ago. What right do you have? We live humble lives. Leave us be.
Ladders. See, this is one of the things I love about being here is that you are well immersed in the history of and knowledge of what went through with the series and actors involved with the games, etc. Oh, thank you, Ladders. Yeah. Yeah, it comes also from interest in like movies and behind the scenes and all that kind of stuff as well. And watching behind the scenes stuff because I really love that kind of thing. So when a game includes it as something you can watch, I definitely enjoy doing it. It's one of the great things about games like Detroit Become Human, for example, getting to see all that stuff. And I really enjoy behind the scenes of movies and seeing what went into it and watching interviews with people involved and all that kind of stuff. Hey there, Dreadnought. Welcome on in. I hope things are going well. Ouch, that was a big bonk. It was. Absolutely. We got him. Like, is this story or the dialogue that this guy just said makes you feel like you're the evil one, not them? Those were awesome, perfect frame parries. Oh, thank you, Lighters. Cheers. Yeah. I was like, oh, I'll try some parries on this guy. But yeah, that's the interesting thing as well. Because I think you can kind of like lean into that too with this game, whether you play as like a hero or a villain. Just remember the game that hopefully you'll be able to play it. Fear Effect, Cell Shaded Tank Control, Resident Evil like game. All those games. Yeah, I remember seeing them a very long time ago. They did 3 of them, didn't they? I think. But I never actually played any of them before.
You killed him, didn't you? Very well. I can no longer resist you. Do as you like. Take your precious demon soul.
Damn. Wasn't expecting that. I thought she might like teleport us to a different area for a boss fight. Like some weird soul realm thing. But there we go. Latest, yeah, or was it 2? They re-released Fear Effect 1 on Steam, GOG, and you think consoles as well. Definitely something to look into, because there's a lot of games that I might have glanced at back in the day and thought, nah, not really interested. That if I actually played, maybe I might have enjoyed. Well, that was easy. Very easy. You're not good with the lore, like Space Kittens, but you try to understand it while playing the game, but I bet there is more to it. The fans that post on forums, YouTube, etc. Oh yeah, that can be a good rabbit hole to go down to with stuff. Seeing the different theories and seeing explanations as well. He was the boss you thought she would morph into a blood demon-like thing. Yeah, I was expecting something like that too.
Beware the limits of your own. I can forge weapons. You come back alive.
I was worried sick.
Hey Carly, welcome on in. How goes the challenge? Not too badly at the moment. I got a couple of boss fights taken care of.
We are indebted to you, for you fight on our behalf.
Lotus, goddamn it, Sony, why'd you have to shut down Blue Point Studios, you cunts? I feel so mad about this. I mean, we could have got Bloodborne remastered or something cool like that. Yeah, didn't they only do 2 remakes as well? But I think were you know, well received. Oh, this... Oh, I hate these enemies with a fucking passion. See? Lotus, that was such a great studio for Sony. I mean, instead of shutting them down, merge them with PlayStation Studios, you know? Yeah. Yeah, doing stuff like that would have been better. Goddamn Cthulhu, chill, dude. That was OP as hell. Oh, yeah. I mean, to be fair, I don't actually have much magical resistance. So, when they use their magic attacks, it really, really wrecks me. Like, I hate how big companies like EA and others buy off awesome studios that brought them into the light of being such awesome companies, only for them to shut them down. I mean, from a business point of view, it feels like it doesn't make any sense, except for money, you know, still it's awful. That is true, yeah, there's so many unfortunate things that come into play with those decisions and knock-on effects and stuff. Might be funny to say now, but if you look at Ubisoft when they first got the rights to Prince of Persia, they could have just let it slide, just have it, but don't do anything with it. But they saw the value in resurrecting it. Even though it hadn't been that long since the last game before Sands of Time. 1999 was when Prince of Persia 3D came out. But they didn't have the rights in 1999 though. So that was a case of a company getting the rights to a franchise and actually doing something great with it. Ironically though, I think they should give it away at this point. Like, I don't know. Ludus, wasn't Ubisoft the creator of Prince of Persia? You mean the old games, Prince of Persia 1 and 2 on PCs and Mac back in the day? Oh no, Ludus, yeah. So originally, Broderbund Software used to have the rights to Prince of Persia. Then they got bought out by, I can't remember the company. There was a company that bought them, and then that company got bought out by Mattel. And then they got bought out. Then their IPs and stuff got bought by Ubisoft as well. Oh, that's all good, Lidus, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting what went into the original Prince of Persia as well. Having to deal with, you know, the limitations of computer memory at that time. Plus the way that they did the animations for the prince. Because Jordan Mechner, who created Prince of Persia, he filmed his brother doing running and jumping and climbing and all that kind of movement stuff that the prince does. And then he took that footage and, you know, isolated whatever frames of it that he wanted. And then, you know, had to basically rotoscope those frame by frame. Pretty much using the old Disney animation style of approach, where they would have actors film out they'd film actors doing the scenes, and then the animators would go into that footage and frame by frame animate. But the actual fighting animations, he didn't film his brother doing those. Instead, he went to a Robin Hood movie that had a fight scene, and he basically rotoscoped those movements from that. I think it was a Robin Hood movie. It was one that had Errol Flynn playing the character. And then you've got the first Indiana Jones movie, Raiders of the Lost Ark, which inspired a lot of the moments in Prince of Persia where there's a gate or a door that's closing and you have to get there in time before it closes. That scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark where Indy is betrayed by Sepito, I think is the character's name. And Sepito has the idol. Sorry, no, Sepito has the whip and Indy has the idol. And Indy's like, you know, the guy's like, throw me the idol and I'll throw you the whip. And unfortunately, Indy trusts him. And he throws the idol to the guy, and then he just drops Indy's whip, and he's like, adios, and then ends up getting killed. Anyway, there's a door that's closing, and Indy does a run and jump across the gap, but he slips, and he grabs onto a bit of like tree root or something, vine that's out of the ground. And he pulls himself up, and he gets through the door, of course, just in time before it closes. So that inspired a lot of stuff in Prince of Persia with the doors that are closing and having to run and jump and get your way over there before they close on you. Hello there, Octavius. Welcome. How's things?
Then touch soul of the mind, key to life's ether. Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. Art thou finished?
Enemies that have that pixel extra, that invisible pixel around their weapon, that they can do a hit on you with. So annoying. Oh, for fuck's bloody sake. Waste of ephemeral eye. Not far crazy how you're just one-tapping enemies on the way up and this guy only takes slivers of damage. Exactly. Yeah. I might actually not worry about killing this guy because I read that you can get a ring that helps with stamina recovery. Because there's a boss fight that I tried a few streams ago that I just couldn't get done. And that's the only boss I have at the moment that I can fight. Well, except for this guy, but he's not really a boss. But he's a damage sponge, that's for sure. No, there's no point spending an hour on this guy when I can spend an hour on the boss I need to fight.
I can forge weapons for you. You come back alive and meet your business.
I was worried sick. We are indebted to you for you fight. I was worried sick. We are indebted to you. I was worried sick. We are indebted to you.
Then touch the soul of the I am here for thee.
I was worried sick. We are indebted to you, for you fight on our behalf. I was worried sick. We are indebted to you.
Thou then touch soul of the mind, key to life's ether. Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. Art thou finished? May thy strength.
I can forge weapons for you. No interest, eh? I can tell you're not going to last long here.
I forgot about all these annoying enemies that you have to go through as well, just to get to the boss fight. I only just noticed these characters that are making the lift go up. That kind of time. I got other games that are priority over this one. I need to get started. Plus, I'm going to go through those ephemeral eyes like nobody's business, which then means we'll have to go and grind for more of those. Hey Liggy, good morning. I'm going pretty well. This boss is so annoying though. So frustrating. But it's not just having to fight the boss again, it's spending the time to actually get back to the boss again. How's things going with you? Good stuff. Never got into these games. Yeah, this game, I thought it was my first Souls-like game, but it turns out that Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is supposed to be a Souls-like as well, and I've already played that game. But I guess if you wanted to separate the two further, if you want to separate them even further, you'd add specifications like, this is my first Souls-like game that doesn't have a difficulty option that I've played. Doing good, thanks. Just got home from work as the thing you're supposed to do wasn't ready. Oh, really? That's fair enough too. Hopefully, it's something that can be done, you know, relatively quickly too once it's available. Liggy, you're a carpenter, so everything takes a while. Oh, does it? Yeah, that's fair too, as well. Well, that's cool though. How long have you been a carpenter for? Oh, really, Liggy? So that's 17 to 18 years. Oh, wow. I bet there's been a lot of changes too since then. You did it straight from school. Oh, cool. Loads of changes that just started, mostly bad ones, but hey ho. Oh, that's a shame too as well. Yeah. I bet too that can just get like, frustrating and annoying. It seems to be non-builders running it now, so they don't really know what they are doing, but they are the boss, so you have to do what they want until it don't work. And then they're like, this doesn't work. We need you to do the thing that you probably would have done instinctually and from training, but we didn't want you to do it because we thought we could do it a different way. Yeah, Liggy, it'd be good if it worked that way, where they're like, right, we recognize that this is how things need to be done, and that we put our trust in the people who actually know what they're doing and have trained and have the experience. I didn't realize that this would automatically go back down. They would go back up. I'll still do my later stream of this after I come back from a break, but if I don't finish the game in the next stream, then I'll just have to put the playthrough on hold, because there's other games I need to get done, and I'll have to use up the days that I've set aside for this. again. Motherfucker. Hidden ass prick. Finally got the prick. Reduced my soul level. A cheap ass fucking move. But it was worth it to get the prick defeated. Fucking asshole.
How did you defeat my demonic reflection? How many souls might you have devoured, I wonder? The rest is up to the Old One. If it is to be, then you shall be beckoned.
Hey there, Corn Dog. Welcome on in. How's things? Thank you, Liggy, for the GGs. It's really annoying. Like, can you imagine a game like Skyrim where you fight a boss and it would actually reduce your level? Like, that's such an asshole fucking thing to actually have. Which is essentially what this is. So my soul level is being reduced. Or maybe it only gets reduced when you, maybe it gets reverted back to full once you defeat him. I don't know. Anyway, we defeated him, so that's good. It's him done and done with. Alright, so I don't really have time up my sleeve to take on a final boss of the game in this stream before I have to go and have a break. So it'll probably be best to end the stream here, and then that way in my next stream later I can spend the whole stream working on the end game stuff. So just in case it actually triggers by going back to the Nexus, this is where I'm going to make a save. But I'm going to go back into the game just so that it doesn't revert to the cinematic. Alright, so before I end this stream, just want to give some shout outs. I hate him when Stream Elements is too slow and I'm too fast for it before it actually puts in the information. Would definitely like to recommend people check out the following streamers. Bootleg, who has been doing Avon Colony, and Mita has been playing Greedfall. Levy has been doing retro games, also games like Night in the Woods. And Lidus is a streamer of a lot of retro games. Big fan of fighting franchises like Mortal Kombat and Streets of Rage. And Shillerlock is doing a playthrough of Mafia 3. Definitely recommend checking out those streamers if you haven't before. And I'm going to go on a 2-hour break. Yeah, 2-hour break. So it's currently 7 p.m. for me. So I'll be back when it's 9 p.m. And for me, that is. So we'll be able to get into the end game of this game. Catch you next time, Liggy. Liggy, thank you very much for catching the stream. It'll be 10 a.m. for you, will it? Very nice. So still early, yeah. See you then, Not Fry, for sure. Absolutely. Thank you everyone for watching this stream. It's definitely understandable that not everyone will be able to make it to the next stream if you've been watching this one, but thank you so much for watching it. If I do finish the game, then that'll be good, because I do need to get to my Supermassive Games marathon in the lead up to their next game coming out next month. And yeah, I'll be back in 2 hours with more Demon's Souls Remake.